I want to be honest with all of you. I've been hacking into government and corporate systems all over the country. All over the world. I have discovered more information than any hacker ever has. Ever. What I have found will shock you.
That's trash.
Hello and welcome to That's Cool, That's Trash, the podcast where we watch a psychotronic movie online, then get together on Skype to break down the crazy. I'm Matt Howell, and I'm joined today by a couple great people that I've known for a while that I have the pleasure to work with. It's Sarah Accenti. Say hello, Sarah.
Hello.
And Adam Berg.
Hello.
Hey, thank you guys for being here.
Indeed.
I'm a little nervous because I love this movie so much, and I want you guys to love it as much as I do.
Oh boy, well, this could be the shortest podcast you've ever produced.
It could be. That's great. See, not having sponsors, I don't have to go to any particular runtime, or not having an audience, I don't have to please anybody. So this is about what it is.
Okay.
So, first of all, in the credo of the show is the psychotronic movie online. But this is while it's available online, and it was available on YouTube for free. The director, I'm just going to say auteur. The auteur, Neil Breen, has decided to pull that down, and you can rent it through YouTube or any other of the services for like $2.99.
Okay.
What I would do is go to his website and buy it. It's the only place to get an authorized legal version, and it's worth every penny, right?
My
Yes.
mic must have cut out right then.
Okay. So what we're going to be talking about a movie from 2013 by the director, star, assman, Neil Breen.
Oh, yeah.
Who I am particularly obsessed with right now at this point in time.
Musical director as well, which I thought was impressive.
Yeah.
Looks like he supplied craft services, too.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, just to get to know you guys a little bit, the audience-wise, Sarah, can you talk a little bit about like your relationship with psychotronic movies briefly?
Oh, yeah. Very briefly. Aside from being a nerd as a teenager and watching things like UHF or various other odd, not super mainstream films, I didn't get introduced to this until I met my spouse, who is a film student and deeply into the world of hard-to-find psychotronic horror and various other oddball movies. And so it was through him that I started to go into the creepy back rooms of the movie madness, and I saw, Cannibal Ferox in a theater where I had to throw up in the middle of it. and maybe I've thrown up at a couple of other movies too. But anyway, so through him, I've come to know and appreciate lots of movies in the genre and or in the various subgenres. And then, of course, I've started to explore a few things on my own. And whereas he would not appreciate this film that we're going to talk about today, I did indeed.
Yay.
So there you go.
And Adam, the reason that I've been wanting to talk to Sarah on the show for a long time. So, Sarah, I just realized that you and I have known each other for 15 years.
That is correct.
That is crazy.
Wacky.
Yeah. But Adam, you sent me an email a few weeks back and said something about what's your favorite bad movie or something like that. And then, so I kind of put in the back of my head, you have a gorgeous voice, you're smart, you're funny, you got to be on the show. But I don't know.
Oh, you are too kind.
I don't know what your relationship is with these movies. How you what do you do with them? What do you think of them?
Sure. Well, I won't waste more than 10 seconds of your time on this one. I am entirely new to psychotronic films. This is definitely not my genre, other than watching Mystery Science Theater 3000 when I was a teenager. I do not seek these out, so I'm a newbie.
Okay.
And actually, I only know about them because, again, through Sarah's husband, because we're in the same Pilates class. So very small world.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so glad that
Sorry,
got
I'm
into
just
the
picturing
podcast.
Mike doing Pilates right now. I'm just not Okay, whatever. I'll accept that and move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found this movie, Fateful Findings. This is his third film. He started with Double Down in 2005, which is amazing. And then he went on to I Am Here Now. I Am Here ... now in 2009. And then this one. And then he did another one after this called Pass Through. And he has another one in the works called, I forget what it's called, but it's a thriller. It has a name very much like Psycho or Tormented or something, but it's done. And I was really, he's in post-production, and he did a GoFundMe to finish it. And he said, he's assured us he doesn't need the funds, but he just wants to, crowdsource it a bit. And I was going to go and see if I can get a signed DVD with like my support, but I guess GoFundMe is not, it's not a Kickstarter. It's not whatever a go-go.
Just a donation.
It's just a flat-out
You're not
donation.
Buying a good service.
So yeah, I mean, if he'd done this on Kickstarter, I would have given him $50 for a signed DVD at the end of it. That's how much I'm into this guy. But it's not happening. So anyway,
So you did not contribute to his current film after all?
No. So no. So just a quick rundown who this guy is. I discovered him through one of those Everything is Terrible or Found Footage, one of those kind of YouTube channels of, they do a super cut of just, worst scenes ever or, worst line reads, those kind of things.
Yes.
And I saw a scene from Double Down, I think, and hunted it down by just, Googling, like, search terms like hacker, laptop, desert, Gary Shandling lookalike, and found Double Down, watched it, was just, I don't think I blinked more than like 3 times in 90 minutes, and immediately hunted down everything else this guy did, and I'm completely obsessed with him. My daughter is obsessed with him as well, my 10-year-old. I just put Fateful Findings on TV while I was kind of doing dishes and cleaning just to kind of, saturate, and she was mouthing, she did the lines word for word in the I can't believe you committed suicide scene. She's seen it so many times that she echoed it perfectly. It was bizarre. Go ahead and judge me for that. I don't care.
I know what you've been showing to Athena since her infancy, so this is actually not a problem for me.
Yeah.
I support it, in fact.
Yeah.
And I was speaking with my 7-year-old niece yesterday, and I really do want to show her several scenes from this movie.
She needs,
but probably
to
not
know.
the suicide one. I'll probably not show that.
Yeah, you could click around that, but
I may choose that 15, 25-second pan of the medical equipment.
He did mention
hospital.
He likes that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I read some interviews with Neil Breen because I wanted to figure out who this guy is, and there's a lot of chatter on the internet about him. He became kind of an instant celebrity. He's a lot like Tommy Wiseau in the sense that he's an auteur. Mm-hmm. He likes to show his ass in pretty much everything he does.
Really?
And he always kind of paints himself as like this kind of Jesus figure in everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
So in this film, it was that same thing, and he says he doesn't have a theme that comes up a lot in his works or whatever in this interview, but every single movie has like 6 laptops in it.
Yes.
Most of them have hacking in them, and in most of them he's trying to save the world, tell humanity something that it needs to do to save itself or whatever. That's in almost every one of his movies. So I know that he doesn't think he has a thing going on, but he very much has a thing going on. It's like one of those, like, do I have an accent? No, I don't have an accent. Yes, you have a fucking accent.
I have a couple of questions about a few other tropes I noticed, so I'll ask about those later, but that's fascinating.
Okay, well, whenever you want. So the quick skinny on him before we move on to you guys' stuff is like, he's from the East Coast. He declined to give much detail. He doesn't want to really focus on where he came from, but he studied architecture. He moved out to Las Vegas. He dreamed of being a filmmaker since he was a little kid, like, almost everybody does. And then once he was out there and had accrued some money, he actually made a film. And he talks a lot about being a maverick and an outsider, and he's not part of the Hollywood system. He always says that in interviews. Like, I'm not, I don't play their games. I don't need this and that. I fund myself, and I do a true, artistic, my vision. So there's no compromise.
Okay.
I can even hear him saying it in my head right now as I said that. So that's his thing, and he funds his own stuff. And like you alluded to, he also does the editing and the craft services and some of the taxi driving and the musical direction. And he is a one-man thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, Adam, can you give me like the Wikipedia, just, short paragraph, just synopsis of what this is in case a listener hasn't seen it yet?
There's a protagonist who doesn't know how to relate to people. And so he makes a movie of how he thinks people relate.
Ooh.
Wow.
Damn.
Wait, was that your short Comcast thing that I asked you to do?
No.
Oh, okay.
But would you like that?
No, I don't, not yet. I was just like, wow. Like
no, that was the description. When my wife and I were driving back from her birthday cheesesteak today in the car, I was still talking about this movie like a day later, and that sentence came out. So
Nice.
That is profound. Okay, Sarah, we don't have to go quite as deep as Adam did. Can you just give like a very vague plot?
Okay. Let's see. I worked on this really hard, so my best option is a talking box of hair dye and an onyx cube claim victory over prolonged unconsciousness and secrets.
Nice.
I have to just mention that on IMDb there is one plot synopsis of this movie, which I just read half an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
And it is written by Neil himself. And,
Okay.
And I read that, and I'm pretty sure I did not watch the movie he's describing.
Oh, give it. Can you lay it on me?
I can. Actually, yeah, I do have it right here. A small boy discovers mystical powers as a child. He is then separated from his childhood girlfriend. He grows up to be a computer scientist who is hacking into the most secret national and international secrets, as well as being an acclaimed novel writer. His childhood, quote, finding, end quote, gives him amazing paranormal powers. He is reunited with the childhood girlfriend mystically on his hospital deathbed. And it goes on from there. I mean, really, we've covered the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want the rest of it? I'm about halfway through.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to hear the end.
Okay.
I love that Neil does everything, including being his own audience.
I know.
So he and his girlfriend mystically connect on the hospital deathbed. As his relationship with his current drug addict girlfriend is deteriorating, the passions build between the threesome. Mystical, psychiatric, and worldly forces rise to prevent him from revealing the hacked secrets. He attempts to reveal all in a Washington, D.C. large press conference with fateful and dangerous consequences. Neil Breen.
Wow.
Nicely done.
I don't know if I saw that movie. I saw like an attempt at it.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, there are parts of this that I recognize, but then there's also like half of it that I'm like, I don't remember that. But, okay.
Yeah, my other couple of attempts were Neil Breen uncovers government secrets through book throwing and verbal repetition.
He seriously hated books and computers. It was odd to watch.
And then my tagline is Fateful Findings, side boob in the upside down.
I like that too. Adam, did you make any?
I did not make any other taglines,
Okay.
but yeah, I think Sarah's last one is pretty. Actually, Matt, I have a question for you on the side boob. In his other movies, does Neil Breen routinely cast himself as the love interest of multiple very young women?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. End of question.
Yeah, and an interviewer pointed that out that, seems like, he's like a 50-ish guy who is usually a contemporary of very young and usually attractive women.
Yeah.
Well, in this one, it was actually like the underage teenage daughter, too, was not super...
hey, he drew very distinct boundaries around that. So...
if by grabbing her by her shoulders... and saying, no, you must put your... I don't remember exactly, but something along the lines of like, you must put your clothes back on, or no, you must leave now, minor teenage daughter of my best friend, or whatever. I don't know.
So, yeah, he's letting us know that even though nubile teenagers want him...
Oh, yeah.
He is so pure.
He knows
what's
right. Yeah.
I guess before we really launch into clips and stuff, what I kind of know from Adam what you've said, but what's your impression?
Adam's attempt at a description was very apt, but it has. I wrote a series of notes. It has the pacing and sound design of a porn film, and I couldn't believe that we didn't get anything full frontal. Like, I was ready for boobs and butts at every turn.
Yeah.
So that was really strange. But overall, my impression was that this guy might have bit off a little too much. But it's an interesting picture.
I think even for a porno, it would have been bad.
Do you want to know what my main gripe is? Sarah mentioned the audio. In any kind of, gun, like little DIY kind of guerrilla film like this, there's going to be some audio issues, but I'm, a sound designer guy by trade, right? So like they really bug me. It's like, vocal fry makes me cry and all that stuff. But like his audio thing, like when you cut between scenes and there's ambient sound.
Oh my gosh. Levels all over the place. Yeah,
the levels were just jumping and dropping. And most of the scenes that were in his office of his home, the air conditioner is running and you can just kind of hear it humming along in the background. And it's like, fuck it, it's too hot, So that drove me nuts. But the real audio issue I was sensitive to was whatever the fucking outtake was from the Lord of the Rings that constantly played anytime.
Oh yeah,
goddamn Irish like flute music or something, whatever the hell that was.
So what was that? Like, where did he get that?
Well, he bought that, and he buys. So Double Down, his first film, he like half of the footage is purchased. Like he'll just pictures of satellites, he's hacking. So like you see like these, really expensive, like 4K, like, drone shots over like, silos of like, data storage buildings. And it's all like half of it was purchased. And then the other half is him out in the desert wearing a vest, eating tuna fish out of a can and hacking.
So the opening shot of this movie is a, building with, clouds, floating by.
Which he purchased.
That has... Okay.
Yeah.
I was so curious what that opening was even doing in the movie. So now I'm that kind of okay, gotcha.
I'm 95% certain that he bought like an Adobe Premiere license and you get a bunch of just a library of clips with it. And I think he's just using those willy-nilly. Is my impression. So what do you think of him as like a star? Like his star quality?
Oh, man. I don't think he brought anything. Like, it was so hard to engage with anything he was trying to do anytime he was on screen.
Oh.
So I know that's brutal, but I just, I will contrast that to his wife or significant other character, who
Emily?
Yes, Emily.
The Ukrainian bride, mail order bride.
She's Polish.
I'm proud to say I picked up on her Polish accent before. I didn't look up anything about this movie until after I watched it. But anyway, so I think she was able to bring plenty of like emotion and like make me feel like she was a character whenever I wasn't paying attention to the dialogue she was trying to speak. So like I think she's a really good actress. It wouldn't surprise me if she was a really good actress. I have no idea, but anytime he was on screen, especially speaking, it was difficult for me.
Yeah, I actually made the same note. I watched this movie twice, and I can talk about my methods later, but during the first watch through, I actually had the thought, I bet that this European gal is probably an okay actress. Like, I could get on board with this. Neil Breen cuts really tight. He zooms in on his own face. Mm-hmm. He does a lot of over-the-top facial expressions, like the furtive glances were spread on like peanut butter.
Yeah.
And his tendency to repeat lines over and over again was very distracting. Also, I made a note that he has a womanly body, which is very confusing in terms of his leading man role.
Yeah, Athena pointed that out today when in the So the film starts with his character's name is Dylan. He's using a 10-year-old Blueberry or something, talking to his wife Emily, and he gets hit by a Rolls Royce, and he's in the hospital, and he checks himself out, and when he does so, there's this close-up shot of his hand, like, you know, the little railing you lower, and Athena said he has hands like a woman.
Yeah, with long fingernails.
Yeah.
So it's very confusing.
Yeah, unless you play like classical guitar, you should not have long fingernails as a man, in my opinion. I don't want to enforce my gender norms, but...
you don't actually have polished fingernails right now on one of my hands, so I object to your gender norms.
Okay.
Again, from my 7-year-old niece that I was hanging out with yesterday.
So one of the things I love about his work in general, and I'll give an example in this one, is that there's these layers or, you know, subplots or whatever that in his mind, I think, all intertwine and become greater than the sum of their parts and tell this big story, but they don't at all, in my opinion. Like
the squabbling couple friends.
Yes. Okay. There's one perfect example. Dylan and Emily have friends named like Jim and something, and
Amy. Yeah,
good. And they have the teenage daughter that is lusting after this 55-year-old guy. And they don't really go anywhere. There's a couple of dramatic scenes, which is I think that was Neil Breen's chance to get his "You're Tearing Me Apart, Lisa." That's basically the suicide scene was his big dramatic moment. I think he wanted.
Wow, it was so awful.
Well, can we
we'll
play
get there,
it?
I'm sure.
No, let's just go non-chronologically. So just for context, people, this Dylan's best friend is shot in his garage by his wife, who's fed up with his drinking and his whatevering, and she tries to make it look like a suicide, and Dylan shows up and intervenes because he's Dylan, and whenever there's something important happening, Dylan has to be there. So here's his big moment when he discovers his friend Jim has killed himself.
He killed himself! He killed himself!
Call 911. Jim! Call 911! Jim! How could you have done this? Jim! I can't believe you committed suicide. I cannot believe you committed suicide. How could you have done this? How could you have committed suicide? I can't help you out of this one, Jim. With all we've been through, I can't pull you out of this one. Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye.
Wow, I had to mute my mic to get through that. And
so here's the weird thing. You know, aside from the "I cannot believe you committed suicide" 3 times in a row, that his line reading belies the fact that if you see him doing the lines, it's so much less impactful.
Yeah.
So the reading, the audio in that clip actually makes it sound like we've got engaged people.
Yeah. Like
I had the same thought. I'm like, this is actually a lot less painful with just the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's like on a lot of painkillers and he's just completely numb, right? When he delivers
Something like
he's
that.
very wooden.
Even with the audio, it's like he's a speak and spell. He's like, "Oh, Jim, I cannot believe you committed suicide."
So,
oh man,
yeah, I could listen to this guy talk all day long. Believe me. Once he gets home from the hospital, so he checks himself out after he's severely injured. He goes home and he gets in the shower with his wife, and they have sex, and then he gets right back to work the next day. And here's him talking to his editor, his publisher. I'm not sure who he's talking to.
Leave me alone. I've got work to do. I know. Your deadlines. I've got deadlines. I'm not signing it. That's it. Leave me alone. Do not call me anymore. I'll call you.
Speak and spell. Seriously, speak and spell.
The first of the 2 threatening phone calls to the publisher/editor.
Yeah. So one of the things that's great about Dylan is that he's a brilliant hacker who could take down, the corporations and governments of the world, but he's also a best-selling author.
Yes.
And I guess he's a computer science engineer or something, and he...
Matt, I would like to remind you that he has a damn master's degree. So he's got the background for this.
So his acting is really flat, right? And then Jim and Amy particularly had what I call shacting, which is just shout acting.
Yes.
It becomes dramatic when you raise your voice. I got to play a clip of her arguing with her husband.
Please, please.
I'm sorry. I let you down.
You didn't let me down. Let's try and start over. We both got problems.
I think I'm beyond that now.
I'm going. I'm gonna get some fresh air.
Fine. You go.
I'm not running away.
I mean, seriously, does that not look like a community college acting class? Like, hey, Steve and Dana, it's time for your scene. Mm-hmm. And they're like, just middle-aged people who are just trying to get their associate's degree on the side while they just do whatever.
Right.
It's just amazing stuff.
Her facial expressions are also wonderful. I mean, this is a case where the audio does do it justice, unlike the previous clip. But the facial expressions, there's like warming up expressions before she says her lines that are definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I made a note of that scene in particular. That scene and the wine throwing scene, which is as close to full frontal nudity as we get.
Yes.
Where she is just one volume, one timbre, one way. Shacting. I've never heard that before. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think I might have made it up. I need to get
great.
Copyrighted or trademarked, whatever. Yeah. But so I had to look her up because I think anybody
Adam did too.
Anybody who listened to that clip assumed she was an adult film star, right? I mean, I did. Mm-hmm. And her incredibly fake breasts.
The amount of silicone was amazing.
Yeah. So, like Sarah said, there's a scene which I think was not an accident where she gets wine thrown on her blouse, which is very sheer. So you get to see a nipple, which Athena thought was hilarious. So that's classy. But she works at Coyote Ugly, I guess. Like she's one of the longtime Coyote Ugliers.
As far as I got from the article that Adam forwarded to me, she's a 15-year veteran of Coyote Ugly.
Damn. Yeah. I didn't think they were built to live that long with that lifestyle.
I know.
Well, I mean, she looked very fit. Like, on some level, I'm like, I guess she takes care of herself. I mean, she actually is probably a professional athlete for, she has the ability to apply herself seriously to like dance or something. Like I couldn't do what she does, but oh my God, the vocals and the facial expression are just, I've never seen anything quite like it.
Yeah, me neither. And that's why I say I defy anyone to name a better movie than this. Go ahead, Adam, try.
I'd like to try your wine. That's one that I took down.
I thought that the teen was terrible, but considering her peers, she wasn't that bad. Let's get a line read from Allie.
Oh, God, please.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
How's school?
Almost done. But I have this really interesting project about elephants in Africa.
I'm sure Dylan doesn't want to hear about that now.
I want to hear about our project.
Can I be excused?
He's so great. He's such a great person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the line before that, I feel like I could listen to it for the rest of my life.
I need a reminder. What was that?
I am so hungry.
I can't believe I didn't make a clip of it.
Yeah. And then she says, I can't wait for dinner.
Oh my God. Is there like a hot dog on a stick nearby? That would be so delicious.
Yeah, I don't know if there's supposed to be subtext there or if she was actually just hungry for food.
Her delivery had marijuana written all over it, so I think she was probably more interested in the food.
Okay. Did you guys notice, just jumping back to the opening of the film? Okay, so one of the, sorry, I lost a thread there. The things that don't add up in this, right? The main one, I think, I mean, he has two things he wants to talk about. He wants to talk about the corruption of the societies of the world, and then he wants to have a spiritual thing going on. And the spiritual thing makes no sense to me.
Correct.
Can anybody elaborate? Because I was so confused.
I didn't pick up on there being a spiritual thing. I just thought it was like a
supernatural, mystical.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't being clear.
I thought it was some like weird, like some alien thing happened, and then I kept assuming it was going to be dealt with, or not like explained, but at least acknowledged in some way. So I was totally confused by that whole. I agree that those are the two main areas, and I just didn't understand the second one at all. I didn't get it.
We also get his Scientology-esque take on like psychoanalysis and psychologists, I think.
I know.
He doesn't seem to hold them in very high regard, but he has an analyst or whatever that he sees that is not helping him and just gives him pills, which he does not approve of. But he has an older woman that he sees that is revealed as not of this plane. She disappears once she's guided him.
Yeah.
Where he's supposed to go.
She's like a psychoanalyst and a shaman, maybe?
Yeah.
But it's super weird that her therapy office is like
a broom closet,
4 feet wide. Yeah, and has 2 folding chairs in it. Like, I know, you guys know me well, so this may come as a surprise, but I actually haven't spent that much time in therapist's office. But I've never seen anything that like they're physically touching the whole time they're talking because the room's so small. Yeah. Like their knees are together.
Need a knee. That's amazing.
Yeah, so the beginning of the film, set really strange expectations. That they're out in what looks like kind of like high desert wilderness / woods, and the little kids at the very beginning, and an old ram skull turns to watch them walk by, and I was like, oh God. And then they find the mushroom, and the mushroom turns into a sack of some kind, and they find
a magic box.
Yeah, they find the cube, and I noted, okay, my expectations are super high for this story to incorporate the supernatural. And so the very limited return of the creepy sound effect, cube, and the wispy ghost thingy, that did not meet my expectations. Also, I thought a lot about that cube. I was really interested to see if it was hematite or onyx, and I think I can say safely that it's onyx because it's not nearly gray enough to be iron ore.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I fixated on that the whole movie, and I also fixated on the toilet, but I can talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah, so the mushroom, I mean, I don't think this is aliens out of, because the mushroom was more, it felt more magical to me. It's a magical day.
Yeah.
She even writes that in her book.
And says it twice.
I seriously do not understand like what Sarah was saying about the skull turning to face them, and then every element of I don't know what you called it earlier, but like the mystical or spiritual or whatever, the unexplained was just entirely incongruent. So like the mushroom and the skull turning, like what do those have to do with anything?
Yeah.
The one time there's any development of, he can do things that are a little unusual. Like I only noticed that once when he like kind of walked through a wall or something, and none of it seemed related to any of the others. And so, yeah, I'm sure you're right that because it's a mushroom, it's more of a natural phenomenon. Mm-hmm. But and there's also this like weird box that contains the actual physical manifestation of the magic, and that doesn't look natural. I mean, that looks like, I don't know what it was. I don't understand it. The end.
Oh, you're saying maybe ancient astronauts.
Oh, yeah.
And the other thing I didn't understand. Wow, we're gonna start a lot of sentences with that. But the big book, like the book that's like a foot thick. What the hell?
The dictionary that's been spray painted with gold spray paint. Yes. On some kind of pedestal from Pier 1 Imports. I do not know. So when he goes into the Upside Down at one point,
okay, wait, you have to describe what this place looks like, because it needs it.
Oh, yeah, a dark room with the walls covered in black garbage bags. Yes. I'm assuming that's what that was.
And often a much younger nude woman curled up next to him.
Yes.
Who is supposed to represent Leah, but is not Leah.
It's not?
No, that is not the same actress. I mean, I don't know. I've seen it a couple times. I like the hair is different color and different length. I don't see how, unless it's just some footage he's had around for a while of her, and he's just a creep, which could be.
But at one point, when he imagines himself in the black plastic garbage bag netherworld, the book is down there with him. And that's something that I missed on the first watching, though it did not clear anything up for me, unfortunately.
No. And I don't know. I'm 3.5 up to between 3 and 5 times seeing this, and it's not. I don't know if it's not Mulholland Drive, but it's impenetrable.
Yes.
Yes. So one of the things I love about Neil is that he really wears his heart on his sleeve. You never have to guess what Neil thinks about something. He'll tell you, and he'll tell you, like Sarah, you said, like just many, many times over and over again. Right? Mm-hmm. So I want to talk a little bit about when he first reveals that he is, in fact, not actually writing his second book right now. He's doing another project, which is the hacking we've alluded to. Let's listen to a little bit of that, because this is kind of his mantra.
I've got so much to do, I'll never get done. I'm going to continue hacking into these government systems to see what I can find out about all this national and international corruption I know is going on.
He's the angriest typer.
Yeah, wow.
And I swear to God, I would be willing to watch this movie another time to see if I can tell what his keystrokes are. Because I think that they are random, my friends.
So I love that he just makes the use of these props that he has. Like, and these are the laptops from Double Down. So in Double Down, he's kind of on the run. He lives out of his car in the desert, and he has a trunk full of tuna fish that he basically lives on tuna fish and laptops. And he just somehow gets into into a satellite system by hacking into it and then hacking out in the desert. But that prop was very, very much used here again. So he saved the money there. And then he apparently bought some cutout bin books, some novels, and tore the dust jacket off so we didn't see. By the way, why did he not, instead of just making the books blanks looking on the cover so you can't tell it's not by him, why not pay a kid in the Art Institute to make one fucking dust jacket and print like 10 of them and put them on the goddamn books?
I know.
And it could say Dylan McMagicy or whatever on them. And then it'd be like, that's actually a book he wrote.
The attention to detail was horrendous. Yeah. I mean, just absolutely horrendous. And I think I didn't notice that. I mean, I knew it was just a blank book and that was annoying. But yeah, I didn't think about how easy it would have been to correct that. But there's millions of those in this movie. It's a world of hurt.
It's comprised of those moments. It is a film made
exactly.
of bad choices.
I made it in like 15 minutes into this movie, and I was like, this is really becoming difficult. And it was all those little things start to stack up. Like, and I know this is going to sound really minor, but like he's in this coma, and like his family comes in and says, "Oh my God, is he going to be okay?" And the doctor's like, "No, he's in a coma. He's unconscious." I'm like, well, yeah, that's, and then the nurse comes in to take his pulse, right? And while she's taking his pulse, the whole time he's in the hospital, there's a heart monitor playing in the background going beep, beep, beep. And so then she's taking his pulse. And I'm like, why are you? It's right.
I did not even catch that. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So this is all in the same like 10 seconds, right? And this is at the point where I was like, this is going to be difficult for me. So, yes, I get what you were saying about the book bindings. I didn't notice it as much, but yes.
Gee, I thought you were going to reference the fact that when he tears out his IVs, they're not even inserted. His wrist. That there isn't even the pretense of them actually being intravenous ports and needles. What I love, though, about that constant monologue that he has about his pursuits, he is extremely careful to mention that he is digging into government and corporate secrets. And it comes up throughout the whole movie. I'm digging into secrets, governmental and corporate. I'm uncovering corporate secrets as well as those from the government.
I have support for you, Sarah, right here.
Okay, please.
I have not been writing another novel. I've been hacking into government and corporate international secrets all over the world. And I'm going to expose them all. And no one knows I'm doing it. No one knows.
What? Are you crazy? That's dangerous.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone.
Sarah?
Yes.
Can you, Adam, when you mute, are you muting the clip too? Are you just...
I'm hitting my mic because when you play those clips, I just can't keep my shit together.
Okay.
Like,
I just making sure.
I mute the mic. And I'm actually a little disappointed with where you stopped that clip, because that clip is about him saying, this is top secret. Don't tell anyone. And then the very next thing he says is something like, oh, and I think you're right. Everyone knows I'm doing this.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, he says this. He says, no one knows except you. And then the part of it that you didn't, that's right after the stopping point is, but others have found out and know what I'm doing.
You're right. And you guys have mentioned a couple times where I cut the clip kind of short because there's something else. And I think I mentioned this to both of you guys earlier this week, that you could take literally any line of dialogue from this film and it could be a clip in this. And so I was grabbing stuff like this and I would just select it in the audio software, say copy to new, and it would be like 2.5 minutes. So I'm like, well, I try and keep the clips between 30 seconds and a minute, you know? I mean,
yeah, and if you kept going another 5 seconds to get my bit that I was really interested in, then you'd have to go another 5 seconds because the one right after it is just as bad.
You're supporting my point. Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, you could almost just like Mystery Science Theater it and just riff on it. I mean, it's very riffable.
Yes. If I may say something about my process, last night I watched this movie for the first time.
Hold on 1 second. Is there a soccer chant happening in one of your houses?
I hear that, but it's not from my location.
It's from Mike. He is watching the Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Let me shut another door.
Oh. That was a Timbers game.
No, not in this household. Anyway, last night I watched this film, and I got out my phone and I started taking voice notes, audio clip notes, like dictaphone style.
Okay.
And then at about 9 minutes and 50 seconds, I went downstairs and engaged in some pure Hindu Kush. I don't know. I thought it would help me get through. So then I continued to watch the movie and take, my voice memos, and I made the point at that time to start mentioning what the time code was so that I'd remember what I was saying at the time.
Yeah. And
rewatching this movie this morning was fantastic with my own commentary that I don't remember making from last night.
I love it.
It is choice, but two things I mentioned while I was like cackling and taking these notes were two quotes that in my voice memo I actually say, "Oh God, please tell me Matt's going to play this." One of them I already spoiled. I have a damn master's degree. But the other one is, I've got great family genes, but I'm still in pain.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that happens right before the project on the African elephants comment by the girl Allie.
When Jim and whoever come over for dinner.
Amy.
Yeah.
Amy. She
Amy.
has a name, Matt.
I don't know why I can't remember her name.
You know, like, no, look at her eyes, okay? Just your gaze up. Thank you, Matt.
So, Sarah, did you send me through Skype yesterday? Or no? Did someone send me like a demo reel for one of the actresses in this? Or am I
did that.
high? Okay. Which one was it? It was a Polish girl.
Yeah, it was the Polish actress. And what is her name? Clara Landros.
Yeah. Was she any good? I kind of played it, but I was also writing a work email and, didn't give it my full attention.
I'm not a film critic. I thought she was fine.
Outside of this material?
Yes.
Okay.
But you're asking the wrong person.
I don't think so. So one thing I keep meaning to talk about in the show, and I never do, but I internally refer to it as the tap out time. I keep meaning to bring it up, which I want to ask guests when your tap out time was, which means when was the first time you looked, like you moved your mouse to see how far in you are and how far you have left to go.
I wanted to first give up at the 15-minute mark.
You mentioned that, and I wanted to bring that up, that like this movie, I could just, it ends and I could start watching it again. I'm that sick. Sarah, did you tap out, or did you just joyfully watch it? Or did we just lose Sarah?
Oh. Sarah, if you can hear us, I think you might be muted, but,
I got a little...
I would add
Sorry.
that the first 15 minutes, I still think that ended up being like the best, or at least for me, the most watchable 15 minutes of the film. And it was still challenging. And then at the end of those 15 minutes, it moved on to the next scene, which you briefly described as him coming home. And it was really like a strange shower, bloody scene. And it just kind of... After that, I had a lot of trouble completing this movie.
Wow. Okay, I can respect that, but not really. But I can. I have a little clip of him taking the shower with Emily. Can we play it?
Please.
What are you doing home? You're supposed to be in a hospital.
I let myself out. Help me. Help me.
So I love this in movies, like, or maybe I'm just not very amorous, but like these movies like this where someone has, just been attacked by a monster or whatever, and then they immediately get down and boning, like within like 30 minutes. Maybe I'm just a weird guy, but I would like want to sleep a little bit and just kind of rest and collect myself and restore my chi.
In my teens and 20s, I collected injuries, and yeah, that definitely negatively impacts libido. So, like, I will absolutely validate what you're saying. So, yeah. And also, like, he was bleeding profusely in the shower, and it's not implied that it's, like, old blood or something. I mean, he's actually got a head wound that's bleeding and heavily. And that not only is that not amorous, I mean, that's really... And not like in a clean way, like that's unclean, but like that's actually dangerous. Like it's just ludicrous, but whatever.
Yeah, I assume that was dried blood that was being washed off as he was showering. But there's a lot of blood.
It was, I mean, and again, I mean, I'm not trying. I think I'm applying too realistic a expectation that his effects, which by the way, the use of blood I thought was actually pretty good. Like that car accident, like. That's part one of the things I think he did passably, but that was a lot of blood to then be like, I'm going to have sex with my wife in the shower. Like, I don't know, man. We can hear Close Encounters again. Well, you go talk to Mike. Can you ask him if he'd have sex with you in the shower if you were bleeding profusely?
I don't have to ask. I actually had to rejoin the call because I lost my connection for a minute, and I'm in a different room of the house. I will ask him to turn that down if you really can hear it. But I also thought the blood in the shower was a little much.
I hate to be a bear about the audio, but...
No, I can totally hear it, so... It's
Oh,
not
okay.
on Matt, I swear.
Okay. I'm going to mute myself and see what I can do.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, can
yo.
we talk about Sarah for a minute before she comes back online?
Please, yeah.
No, I got nothing.
I don't either. She's pretty great.
So can I ask you what were your favorite parts of this movie? Like, or no, I'm changing my question. What did you think Neil did well?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, I usually reserve that a little bit towards the end, but
never mind.
That's totally fine.
That's fine.
Okay. So this is one of those things where, like I said, you find it on YouTube, right? A clip from it as a hilarious whatever thing, a hate watch moment. But I think it's not so much any kind of scene or any particular element to me. I like. Have you seen The Room?
Yes.
Have you seen Birdemic?
No,
Okay.
never heard of it.
So that's one of the 21st century Plan 9 from Outer Space kind of things, like The Room and this Neil Breen films, kind of cult around how terrible they are, in some people's opinion. Sorry. One thing I like about those, like The Room in particular, is when someone is so inept at writing and directing and produce, just in general, the whole thing, to where their job, right, is to like make this. It seems like it's a lot more work to make human beings interact in a way that is so unnatural and alien and bizarre than it would be to accidentally write a scene that's like normal humans would have. Like every conversation sounds fucking bizarre. Like same with Tommy Wiseau, right? All the dialogue is insane, and nobody.
Totally right.
So I feel like Tommy Wiseau and Neil Breen are aliens. Like that's the way.
If they just acted naturally, like not like as an actor, but if you just like we're doing now, had a normal conversation and said, hey, let's talk about as if you've just committed suicide, and we just talked about it.
Right.
It wouldn't have that level of unnaturalness.
Yes.
That, I know it's not deliberate, but it is noteworthy.
I mean, maybe he's going for like ancient Greek drama, and and he's just everything's supposed to be wooden and like some kind of weird. I don't know, man. Like Waiting for Godot or something. It is just crazy stuff. Sarah, are you back?
I am back, and if you couldn't hear anything in the background, I'm in good shape.
Yay. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell Mike sorry.
No, not at all. I agree with both of you, though. I in watching this movie, I was uncertain how someone can do this on purpose.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a shorter way of saying it.
Or can you do something so ineptly that you end up with something that feels so forced? It's weird. It's very strange.
I think it has to do with something I mentioned earlier, that it's a person who doesn't relate well to others. And I think if we were to do a case study of Matt's auteur, I think you could spend a lot of time picking apart how his mind works based on this dialogue and things like it's so centric, and that's something I should pick up on pretty easily because I have some light tendencies that way myself. And he light, I put that in just for so he'll do things like when he reassures someone, he'll only reassure them like really in the context of him. So he'll be like, "Oh no, but I need you now. You're the only thing that's important to me."
Yeah.
And that's his reassurance. So like I think that dialogue hinges on like a real, like some sort of like condition of some kind. Like I'm curious what is he like, but I don't know.
So, Sarah, sorry.
I was just going to say, I actually just found, I made a note that I called things people did for the first time in their lives on the set of this film. Amongst them are wave, point to things, use computers, have conversations, and experience human sexuality.
Oh my god, that's great. Adam, I'm with you there. I was trying to parse his dialogue, right? And there is definitely like, I don't want to say neurosis or something, but like he's got a thing. and it's through his work. Like he's got an ego thing, and he's very like I said earlier, he's like the savior of all the situations, and he's kind of the person who determines. I mean, he has the message. We need to hear what he has to say.
Right.
Yeah.
Like ego, I think you're spot on. It's a combination of ego and a lack of perhaps, but the empathy to put himself in a character or another person's mindset.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's and the ego thing. It's almost like that Simpsons with Poochie, where Homer says like whenever Poochie's not in the room, all the characters should be saying, "Where's Poochie?" That's he kind of does that, where it's like everything is about him. Every line of dialogue, even if he's not in the scene, it all kind of points back to his relationship to the people. I mean, he is the center, the molten core of this film world.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of an exception to that, and the only one I can come up with, and it's a struggle, is the couple that has nothing to do with this movie, Amy and...
You're right.
What's his name?
Jim.
Meathead.
Jim.
Yeah.
Can't believe you committed
But that's the only exception to your rule, and it's kind of odd that they're in this movie at all, and much less they're the only example of something that's not centric to Neil.
You know what they are? They are Lisa's friend and her boyfriend in the room. Remember the people that have sex in Johnny's house?
Oh, yeah.
They have nothing to do with anything. They're just there, like, is it padding? Or is it just I don't understand what their role is, but that same kind of thing where it's just like, you could just take scissors and cut them out of the film and splice us together, and it would not affect the story at all.
And I actually thought of them as those two characters from The Room because they have the same like really overwrought line delivery and facial expressions, like almost to the point of physical comedy, which is the same as the weird friend couple in The Room. So multiple parallels.
Sarah, will you talk about the toilet?
So
I have no idea. I don't remember this at all, by the way. I'm curious what...
I think
so,
I know.
As we're getting the sense that poor Emily, who, by the way...
no.
I figured she was from the former Soviet Union because she overreacted so dramatically to the hacking into government secrets. I thought maybe it was. So anyway, but his beautiful Polish lady love, she has a pill problem. We're starting to maybe get an inkling that there's some shenanigans around that. And there's this long exchange about, do you want your pills? Do you want to take your pills? Are you on your meds? And Dylan catches the bottle of pills that Emily throws him in such a way that suggests that the two of them were not on set together that day. And he says, I don't really want these anymore. And he goes into the bathroom and dumps them in the toilet. And you can tell the toilet has not been cleaned for the scene. There are streaks in the bowl.
Hard water.
And I just fixated like, God, clean up your set for crying out loud. And then, of course, Emily, because she's so hard up, goes in with their hand to get the gel caps out that by no means would have survived that long in the water.
Those aren't gel caps.
They were.
They're tablets.
Were they? I thought they were pink tablets.
They're pink tablets.
Okay, well, I'll watch it again and I'll find out. But anyway.
Don't do that, Sarah. Don't do that. It's not worth it.
Do it.
Don't listen to Matt.
Let's play some of the clips around what you were just talking about. I have something called pills.
Okay.
We've gone through the good times and the bad times together. I've given it my all. I've gone out of my way to make you happy.
You know, I've never intended it to turn out this way. I tried to get off the pills. I just can't do it.
Your pill taking for pain relief has gotten out of control. I told you this was going to drive us apart. I want you to go into rehab.
I need them. I realize that. But I'll be lost without them. I'm sorry for that. But it's my choice.
It's the wrong choice.
No rehab.
Your pill taking for pain relief has gotten out of control.
I have another one called It's a Crutch. We'll see what this is.
Oh, God.
I've got to get this work done. It's going to shock the world. I've hacked into just about all the information I need. They have no idea. It's going to change the world as we know it. It's going to change everything. They have no idea.
The bank is failing. Pills help. I need something stronger. I need a stronger medication.
It's a crutch. Get off the pills. Straighten your life out.
Maybe it's because of you.
What? I've been so supportive of you. So supportive.
You heard what I said.
He knows what everyone should do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and even when he's, again, the same reassurance or the same, like, what I've put into this relationship or what I've, like, it never deviates from him. You know, she's saying, oh, it's difficult for me at the bank's failing. And he'll be like, but I've supported you. You know?
No,
That contrast, though, between their line delivery is so clear in that scene.
Yeah.
Like, she's actually trying pretty hard. I'm starting to get perhaps an overblown sense of her acting ability from this.
I concur.
Yeah, I think she was using like 70% of her acting ability to not look angry and depressed about the role she's taken in this film.
Possibly.
Yeah, that dialogue was particularly hard for me, so I had to show it to my wife several times. We actually watched this scene because as written, they're talking about totally different things. It's really like two conversations that are occurring together with a 3-second pause between each reply.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of Heat when supposedly Robert De Niro and Al Pacino couldn't stand each other and wouldn't work together. So they filmed a dialogue scene, but each actor was on their own and they just filmed it totally separately.
Oh, wow.
If that's, I mean, I'm not sure that's true, but if so, this kind of reminds me of that. It's like two people, but they're actually in the room
In the same shot. Yeah.
in the same shot, and they're talking about totally different things and not like replying to each other. And then even though they're sitting next to each other, he has this like final argument that's something like, oh yeah, he says, don't turn away. And she's visible in the shot looking right at him, you know? And then he says, let's talk. And like, they've been talking for like 2 minutes. So I don't know. It just hurt.
This was an extraordinary scene in terms of non sequiturs because there's like solid 2 minutes going back and forth between them. There's pills. Then suddenly he has a computer and he says, I'm so busy right now. Please leave me alone. Then she says, I hate my job. The bank is failing. I need these pills. And then it's back about the pills. And I was like, oh my God, this is all the same conversation.
Yeah.
And yet he's not reacting to that conversation at all. And that sounds like some clever, like, this is how couples fail to communicate. But it isn't.
It felt to me like some really pretentious, like, college, like, playwright, like, you know, like they're like these two, you know, this like overwrought scene of like two people having different conversations and how they contrast and, you know, juxtapose with each other. I don't know. It just, yeah, it unintentionally, obviously. Well, he wasn't trying, I don't think he was going for some kind of Hal Hartley detached, weird drama, experimental theater thing. At all.
Oh, God. No.
Oh, the pain.
I'm going to play another clip because I can.
Hello. I'm working. I'm very busy. What deadline? No, I'm not. You know what? After giving it some thought, I am not going to sign the book deal with you. No, I'm not signing the contract. I'm under no obligation to sign with you. None. You never gave me a retainer. I never asked for one. I am not obliged to sign any contract with you. I don't owe you any book. No book. That first book made a fortune for you. And I don't owe you anything. In fact, I'm not going to give you the next book. That's it. Don't call here anymore. No more damn books. No more books.
He does
Powerful
hate
stuff.
books.
Yeah.
I heard at least 2 books being thrown, and I think there's like 7 more immediately after that.
Yeah.
What is the deal with him and his books?
Which part?
Well, like that scene, he like threw a couple down or across the room, and then there's like this whole other scene where he's throwing books. Like books and computers just don't fare well in this movie.
No, not at all.
So the code is you throw books when you're angry and you toss paper in the air when you're horny.
Yeah.
So, and I was on board the whole time.
Oh, sorry, I was busy tossing papers in the air. I'm good. Sorry.
Okay, so Matt, I have a question, kind of out of sequence, but I'm curious about his previous work and if a couple of things show up. Early in this movie, we see like at least 3 pairs of like really high stiletto heels.
Oh, yeah.
Does that show up anywhere else in his work?
I don't remember that. I haven't seen his second film.
Okay.
I've seen Double Down.
So the other thing is women taking pills being a problem. Does that ever appear elsewhere?
Not in Double Down.
Okay.
I'm just thinking. No, not that I know of.
Because by the time we see Amy taking pills, and you actually played that scene when she says "I'm sorry" to her husband or whatever, I was like, I think that Neil Breen has some personal experiences that are playing out here.
Demons,
perhaps.
Alcoholism certainly factored into this movie too, and actually,
Yes.
I don't think it was an unrealistic depiction.
I do.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I have a question while you're talking about the shoes. Another thing, throw in the mystical pile that I don't get. When he gets hit by the Rolls Royce and the crowd's gathering around him, and he's feeling for the black cube. The woman gets out of the Rolls Royce. You never see her. It's from the knees down. She has those shoes on that Sarah alluded to, and that wispy, the weird smoky cloud thing that appeared before they found the cube appears, and then she like looks at him. Is she supposed to represent the Grim Reaper? That's the only thing I could think of.
I don't know.
Or is she like a messenger who was making this happen? Like that's the catalyst for everything that happens. Like, you know what I mean? The MacGuffin.
Yeah. If she were to show up at any other time, I'd say
that's the problem.
Maybe the one the specter who shows up shoe wise throughout this film that confused me is the man in the black plastic shoes.
Yeah.
I could not figure out who that was.
I don't think he was physical, was he?
Oh,
like I thought that was a spirit. Do you think it was a real person?
Well, we only ever saw the bargain basement footwear, and he appeared and disappeared. So, yeah, he's probably a specter. I just wonder what he was supposed to be.
Okay.
Or do.
I think that we're ready to kind of zoom in here on the climax, because that is, in my opinion, the greatest part of the movie.
Okay.
Just special effects wise.
So hard to choose.
Yeah, but it is the most amateurish and bizarre for me. But I have a question. So at this point, Dylan has. So we've skipped over a part that he would probably argue is one of the most important parts, is that this little girl that he experienced this magical moment with as a child has been reunited with him, and much like you would expect Neil Breen to do, he doesn't have to break up with his wife to get with his soulmate. She kills herself. So it's not on me, man. She chose to OD on pills.
Right.
So they get to be together, and that's like a big part that we've kind of just, glossed over. But then he goes public, and he calls this press conference, like Adam was reading from Neil's synopsis. And he's very poorly green screened in front of, is it supposed to be DC?
It's supposed to be, but it clearly isn't.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like DC to me. But anyway, so he's at this press conference, and he's got on a thumb drive all the facts, all the true stuff, and these people serially come up one at a time after they realize that the gig is up, And so a person who runs like an insurance company, a senator.
I resign today as president of the bank.
Yeah.
Or the insurance company guy, he said, I and other insurance companies.
Yeah, I know. I love that. I made a clip of that, but it didn't show up in my folder for some reason. But yes, I love that. I thought there should be at least one, because these actors that play the politicians and whatever are particularly bad, in my opinion. Like, they're more like a friend. Like,
Quick,
you know,
someone called 911.
Like, we need someone to be a senator. Hey, Greg, can you put down that boom and stop running audio? Can you come over here and just be a senator? Put this tie on. Like, it was that bad acting. But
Yes.
I have a question. Who killed the sniper? We obviously, Dylan needs to be taken out because he knows too much. And a sniper pops out of some bushes.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see the sights on Dylan, and then you hear the crack, but the sniper falls down dead. Who did that?
I had so checked out by that point.
What? That's the best part of the movie.
It was like one of only two parts in the movie that had any tension to me at all. And that's so funny. Like, it never even occurred to me to question who shot the sniper. Like, until you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember the sniper getting shot, and his blood up on the sidewalk, and Dylan looking at him like, oh, that's curious, and probably wondering, I wonder who shot him. But that thought never crossed my mind because I had given up on coherence like an hour and a half before that happened.
Because there should be like in filmmaking 101, right? There would have been like okay, so you need to meet Robert Redford, and then this character, a shaman, Indian chief, something, right? And then at the end, the crack happens, the sniper falls down, his brains are spilling out on the ground, and then Dylan turns and the chief gives him a thumbs up and rides off. What, you know what I mean? Something. But it was completely disconnected and wasn't even resolved with it didn't even introduce a new character at that point. It's just someone killed him. And you're wrong about the tension, my friend, because what about when Leah got kidnapped by the powers?
That was the second part. Those were the two parts that I had as tension, and that was so awful.
So, question. I was watching this yesterday for, the umpteenth time. When Dylan arrives at home, and Leah's supposed to be there, but she's been kidnapped, and her purse and the note from the kidnapper saying where he's going are on the walkway, and he's talking to her, leaving her a voicemail, but he's saying it like she's screaming.
Up.
Yeah, like pick up.
If you can
what the
hear
hell is
me.
he This is 2013. Does anyone even have a landline at that point?
And I also wrote down the note, don't they live together? So if he's there and she's not there, then she can't hear the mess. Yeah.
And there's another really bad shortcut, that technical thing that, Adam, I'm sure you appreciated. Like when he first is doing that and he's kneeling down and looking at the purse and stuff and saying, where are you? Pick up, pick up. And then there's a cut to something like a bush or I don't know what it was. And then it cuts back. He's like, I just checked inside the house. You're not here. And it's clearly the same fucking take.
The same shot.
Yes.
And then he finds a note that, and I'm not making this up. It says something like, once abducted, take her to 1234 Main Street. Right? So he finds that note, which will take him to rescue her. And he picks that up and then says, I'll find you. It's like, find it. You have a note. You literally just picked up a note that says where she is. You don't have to find her.
Yes,
She's
he
right
does.
there.
GPS. He doesn't know where that place is. So she's in a storage container, and she is locked up with padlocks, and she is being watched by it looks like he got fired from 7-Eleven, like from his high school job. Like he's just sitting there drinking beer. But this is also before we get to see powers from Dylan that you don't see much. But here's his big moment of being a tough guy. Right? This is a Steve McQueen moment in the film. Or Lee Marvin, sorry.
Where is she?
Who?
Leah!
I don't know who that is.
Give me the keys of these locks.
I don't have any keys.
Give me the key to the
I
lock.
don't have a key. I don't know anything.
Give me the key.
I don't have...
He bashes the guy over the head with one of his beer bottles.
Mm-hmm.
And does he not actually have a key? Because he uses his magic powers to walk through.
Yes.
And why does he have to blindfold Leah and gag her in order to get through the wall?
Yeah.
I get the blindfolding. It's almost like I can make you immaterial and you can pass through with me. I get that. But what does the gag have to do with anything?
I asked the same question.
Okay.
I had stopped asking those questions hours before this.
Okay.
Also, why did the attacker who attacked Lisa use rubbing alcohol to render her unconscious? A rag soaked in rubbing alcohol instead of chloroform, whatever it's supposed to be.
I think it was hydrogen peroxide because
Yeah, that's what it
that
was.
usually
You're right.
comes in the opaque bottle.
You're totally right. It was hydrogen peroxide.
Well, Mr. Smart Guy, I'll tell you why. Because you can't get chloroform without creating a paper trail, and then they'd find out who did it. Duh.
It is obvious once you spell it out for me.
Yeah. So I think unless you guys have any other clips, I think I'm almost out of clips. But I think we can move into like towards the end game here if you're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So Adam, Sarah, when you were disconnected, Adam tried to prematurely start this whole thing, but
Yes.
he wanted to know what worked for me, what I thought Neil Breen did well, and that's usually what I do at this point before we go into final judgment of the film. Is just kind of say, what did you think worked for you in this, or what did the director do well, and what didn't work, just briefly, because it's obviously it could be a whole another 3 hours. Adam, you go.
That is a tough question.
Yeah,
that is a really tough question.
What did he do well? Say it's like two positives and a negative, like kindergarten teacher. 2 stars and a check.
Yeah, sorry, I can't help you, Sarah. This movie hurt.
Okay, so I'll say some stuff and maybe give Adam some time to think. Well, I really liked the scenery footage of the mountains from the first 45 seconds. But you said he probably purchased that.
No, I think
it looks like a helicopter shot.
Yeah, I don't know if he bought that footage.
Okay.
The high desert woods thing.
Yeah. So I thought that was nice. But in terms of movie making, he did, create something that seems too bad to have been done accidentally, which is a feat in and of itself. And he had some ambitious.
What's happening?
What?
That's not me. Sorry, there's a sound coming through that sounds like a microphone being rubbed.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive it's not me.
Okay. It's not me.
I'm not touching anything.
Okay. That was scary.
Okay.
Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, not at all. Anyway, he had an ambitious storyline, and he definitely knew exactly what wardrobe he wanted to have, that being shirts that unbutton really low and are kind of flappy. And I'm really digging here. I guess the music wasn't that bad, but ultimately,
those are the 2 things I wrote down as the only 2 positives.
But I mean, ultimately, it was really funny, so that was good.
I wrote down the music is pretty good. Like, it sounds like a real movie score from like a Hans Zimmer fan. At least a bad video game soundtrack or score. So that's funny. That must have driven Matt crazy because he actually purchased it or whatever. But I thought that was by far the most professional thing about the movie. And then the other thing I wrote down was the shot of the mountains, and how did I write this? The next scene of the 2 kids playing in the woods was believable. Then one of them spoke. Then
it's a magical day. It's a magical day.
But I meant to ask Matt that question. So, back at you.
What did I think he did well?
Yeah.
I mean, I could go cheat here and just say that he entertained me, but I think you probably want some specifics. Technically, he didn't do anything well, and scripting wise, he didn't really do anything well, and the performances weren't really inspired. I don't know what he did well. I know that I really enjoyed it, and it makes me happy.
Good answer.
Yeah. I sorry, I don't have any more specifics for that. So let's do final judgment here. So you need to tell me whether this is cool or trash, and these are nebulous terms. People often ask what means.
Oh, you
what.
you don't have a rubric?
No, there's no rubric. It is very, very ambiguous, and all you have to do is make a call and then support it with why you're saying that, and then you're free to go.
It's total trash. But don't listen to me. I know nothing about film criticism anyways. But then you're watching a film made by someone who doesn't know anything about making a movie. So, yeah, total trash.
He's self-taught, but noted. Okay, so we got a trash, Sarah.
Can I qualify it? Can I say this is great trash?
You can do whatever you want. You're a guest.
So that's what I would leave it as. It's great trash. It's very entertaining to watch. It provided me with at least 7 moments of cackling and ranting into my voice memo and then being distracted and saying, "Oh my God, there's boobs."
Did you have several moments that you had to go share with your significant other and just be like,
No.
"You're not going to believe this"?
No, he still knows nothing about this film.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, at least that speaks to his credits. Like there were several times where I had to go grab Susan and be like, "You have to watch this scene." And we were both pretty interested in that. So
if you have to share it, that speaks volumes.
I did.
Okay, so you said it is
great trash.
Great trash. It's a new category, but I'm going to allow it.
Okay.
Okay, so I give this a hearty cool, so for me, cool doesn't necessarily mean slick or well done. It means that it was incredibly entertaining. So for me, I generally kind of just qualify it as like, would I tell somebody who has an interest in this type of thing, like a Sarah or a, whatever, or Joe, my friend, anybody who's really into these types of movies, would I recommend like, hey, this is a good time? And I can't recommend this enough for someone who's a fan of this type of filmmaking. It's got the highest score for me, so it is a hearty cool for me. And I
support that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, with that criteria, that's spot on. I did second or third that.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you guys have any anecdotes? I don't have to provide any kind of anecdote because I loved it. But if you have any suggestions, like hey, this was a miss for me, I gave it a trash, but I recommend your listeners check out this instead. It doesn't have to be directly related to what was this called? Fateful Findings.
Fateful Findings.
Findings. Whoops.
So yeah, I mean, it could just be. It doesn't even have to be a free movie that you can watch online or anything. It could just be a film that you just want to share with the people as an anecdote.
I have a mainstream example.
Sure.
Like if you're interested in a movie with a protagonist who can't relate to anyone, and then the movie has unexplained magic or what is supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
And a somewhat incoherent plot, and like kind of a weird minor pedophilia thing going on. Which I'm referring to the neighbor, the best friend's daughter. Oh, that was such a weird scene. Anyways, I would, all those elements are found in the still excellent Donnie Darko. So that's what I would do.
That's a really great anecdote.
And it's still a really good movie, and it's Seth Rogen's first acting credit, and that is career defining. If you just watch, it's probably on YouTube, like that 5 seconds of
Oh my God,
time.
he was a bully to Charita or whatever. Oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
And
I forgot about that too.
Listen to his line, watch his delivery, and it is career defining.
That's funny.
And I believe it's recently been added to Netflix, or yeah, I think it's on Netflix, so it's kind of technically free. Not,
yeah.
Yeah. Sax?
Oh God, I don't want to say this, but it's the first thing that's popping to mind. So last night before I started watching this movie, I was tired. It was a hard day. And I turned on Netflix and I was like, oh, they added this? And I started playing Beer Fest.
Beer Fest. Oh.
Beer Fest is brought by the Broken Lizard comedy troupe, the guys who did Super Troopers. If a person were to try to watch Fateful Findings and respond with, this is dumb. I don't like this. I want to watch something that's spoon-fed to me that's totally normal that I like and will make me laugh. Then Beer Fest is the answer. Hot cheese soup. So anyway.
Okay, is that like Super Troopers?
Yeah. It's the same people.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was shown it against my very will by a good friend of mine, and I have to say I laughed. But it's not going to make you think.
Okay, those are good recommendations, and I appreciate that. And I also, you guys, I just want to say thank you right now for being on the show. That I had a great time talking to you, and you were consummate guests.
Oh, this was a lot of fun for me. Thank you.
Yeah, this was great fun, and thank you for dealing with my technical difficulties.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize.
Thanks for dealing with me and being difficult.
No, we'll get you trained up. We'll get you some more movies. I'll bring a thumb drive of all of us films in. We'll get you right.
Okay, good.
And as for Adam, but Sarah, of course, you can have.
Oh yeah, I want more. Yes.
Adam needs more.
Sorry, I think my connection cut out the part where you said you would make me do this over and over again.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
shoot, outed. Oh well.
Fine, whatever. I'm glad that you watched it. I appreciate you going through that for me.
This really was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Great. All right, so I have taken kind of an extended break from the show, but I'll be back soon doing some other stuff, and sorry for the long break. Okay, well, thanks again, guys, and for That's Cool, That's Trash, I'm Matt Howell, and Adam, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Say goodnight, Sarah.
Hey, this is Sarah Accente for That's Cool, That's Trash. Good night.
You folks out there, stay trashy.
That's trash.
It's garbage, folks.
My job sucks.